All right, Tom, how was the Christmas break?
Christmas break was great. Didn't get a chance to go back north to Minnesota to see my family, friends, but it was good to be here in the Panhandle, and it was relaxing, but really looking forward to getting back to playing some basketball.
So you talked about what you wanted for Christmas is you wanted some more games, and you have that
We
opportunity.
got it.
You got it. You play Oklahoma Baptist tomorrow. What do you know about them, and what should we expect?
Yeah, Oklahoma Baptist got a really good team. They won over 20 games last year in the GAC, and they've got 3 starters back. All 5 guys can shoot the basketball, and they were a national team last year. They were actually going to play Northwest Missouri State, the 1-8 game, before the national tournament got canceled. And they're very well coached. They're going to be strong. They're going to be, like I said, can really shoot it. We're going to have our hands full. I sent out emails to a lot of schools, and this was the only school that came back and said, hey, we'll do it, let's play. So they either wanted the guarantee, which we don't give much, or they think they can beat us. And so that's what you want. You want the challenge, and you want good teams, and they're a very, very good team, so we're going to have to play well to get a W. But even if we get beat, early in the season, that's always good to play good teams to get ready for those conference games. So you don't want to play the cupcakes, you want to play some of the best. And I think OBU will challenge for their conference. We'll probably get in the national tournament, and we'll have a very strong team again this year.
So-
Looking ahead to this weekend, another good team, Dallas Baptist, coming in. Just kind of preview that series for us.
Yeah, Dallas Baptist, they're going to move up again because they won a couple games this weekend, but they're a top 25 team, and they've got their best player back, Chandler, I forget his name, but that's terrible.
Jacobs.
Chandler Jacobs, very good player. They actually had their starting point guard didn't even play in the last game. I don't know if it was COVID or if he just hurt or injury. They got a freshman that scored 30 points, so they're going to be very good. They've got some new additions that they're very good, and it's something that they've been a regional team the last few years as well. So, we start the season off. Commerce is always good. And I really appreciate them coming over and playing. But then all of a sudden, OBU and Dallas Baptist, we jump right into it. I'm not saying it's Big Ten, where you're playing somebody in the top 25 every night, but we play some very good teams right away to start the season off.
Ultimately, though, it's got to be great for your team in the long run, though, to play such good competition.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I think playing some of the best teams right away kind of gets you ready and find out maybe where your weaknesses are, where your strengths are, and try to improve on that. But we've got 11 games coming up in 26 days, and I think there was maybe like 8 games in 12 days, or 6 games in 9 days, or something crazy. But we're going to have a lot of basketball games coming up. Now, hopefully, knock on wood, hopefully all those games are a go and they don't get canceled from our end or from the other team's end. But it's a crazy year, so you just never know. But you've got to be ready to go every given night.
You've had a bit of time to get to know your team again now. What do you feel are the weaknesses, strengths, those kind of things?
Well, I think right now our depth is probably not the best, just because we're down to 13 active players. We just lost a freshman that was playing really well to an injury, an ankle injury, so he's going to be out for a week or maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks, depending. And then we had a starter just go out yesterday. He got hit in the thigh, and I don't know if he'll be able to play or not. But so we're down to 11 players, and hopefully we'll have practice today on Monday. Hopefully nobody gets hurt or anything happens, but only having 11 guys, that's not real deep for starting the season off. And so I think that hurts a little bit. I think we're a little inexperienced because we have some new kids that are going to play for us. Losing Jordan Collins and Eric Mosley, guys that were 4- and 5-year players for us, really hurts. So we'll be a little bit inexperienced, but we'll rely heavily on John L. and JoJo and Quay, and Hugo is playing really well right now, and Hayden has been very solid for us. And Zach Toussaint and JT Warren coming in off the bench. So we've got a very good team, and there's some guys that are still fighting for minutes with Kavan Booker and John Brown. So we've had good practices. I think that's a strength of ours is getting ready and getting prepared. But just a lack of being able to play games. We've only played 1 game, so that kind of has hurt us so far this year.
Is that weird for you to come out of Christmas break and have only played 1 game?
Yeah, it's I've been coaching for over, probably shouldn't say it, but for a long time, and it's never been like this. And for some teams haven't played any games this year. We're lucky enough, we were fortunate enough to play Commerce, and we're fortunate enough now to play 3 games this week. So we're going to take it, and we're really excited about just playing and look at the positives.
You talk about the depth issues, but in ways could that be a positive that you talked about getting guys minutes that normally wouldn't be getting those minutes?
Yes, there's, depending on if our starter can go or not, there's some other guys that are going to have to step up and play some more minutes, but then we'll really rely on John-El and Quay and JoJo and those guys to really extend their minutes as well. But there's guys that are doing it in practice. We came back from break, and it took a day or 2 to get going again, and that happens. And we also have now guys that are going to go back into the COVID testing. And so now if somebody gets it, that could knock them out for 2 weeks just with contact tracing. So you've got to be very careful. And I'm far enough away from you guys so I don't have to have the mask on right now, but you just got to be really careful and cognizant of what you're doing at practice, around students. Students have been gone. Now they're going to be coming back on Monday, hopefully maybe this weekend for our games. And our players have got to really show maturity and understand that we only have 3 months. 3 months and then our season is done, basically January, February, March. And so let's go for it and let's do the best we can, but you got to do the little things off the court as well as on the court.
So before break, Quay Grant was named Defensive Player of the Week by the conference, double-double, 6 steals. What makes Quay such a good defensive player?
Coaching?
Yeah, but that's Gove, right?
That was actually high school coaching. He had played for one of the best at Waxahachie. I always butcher that, so sorry about that. But he played for a great high school coach, and we have some guys in our program that have played for some great high school coaches, and that makes a big difference. They kind of have a base when they come in, and then we try to expand that. I think Quay right now has really done a great job in the off season, getting his body ready to go. I mean, he is in great shape, and he's ready to play every practice, every game. Same as John-El and JoJo, and I think those 3 guys feed off each other. Hugo's playing really well, but with Quay, you've got to have a supporting cast, and I shouldn't say supporting cast, but other guys that you can trust. And Quay knows he can trust JoJo to be in the right spot to make the play, and Hugo and Hayden and everybody. And that's it's not just Quay; it's a team. But he is a special player as well as some other guys that are special players on our team. And, you probably could have gave that award to a couple different guys on our team that first week because we did play really well.
JoJo moved up to 16th on the scoring list with his performance against Commerce. Just talk about JoJo and what improvements you've seen from him from last year to this year.
Yeah, JoJo is really, he can really get a shot off almost at any time. And it might not be the highest percentage, but that's saying something. Some guys can't get a shot off sometimes. John-El can get his shot off whenever he wants. Quay can, and it makes a difference. So he's really worked on some individual things, but JoJo's such a smart player, team-wise. And if he makes a mistake, he's the first to acknowledge it and admit it, and then hey, let's move on. And that's maturity. That's being a leader, and he is great at that. And he doesn't make many, so when he does make a mistake, it's right there. But he's such a winner. He's got a great attitude every day. He comes in and he puts in extra work, extra time on his own, and he wants to be really good, and he is. And I think he's just going to keep getting better.